just days to release, hours to release. What was your state of mind at this point of time during the release of KGF 1, KGF 2 compared to Salaar?
Very nervous. This is probably the first time, this is my fourth movie, but 3 times before this, I have not liked my movie a week before the release.
Right.
So this time I'm more nervous because I like my movie.
So, is this supposed to be a good thing or a bad thing?
I was told that, the 3 times before, I was so nervous that the movie is not going to do well.
Yeah.
And they said that is probably a superstition that I should not like my movie. Because this time I've tried pure drama, sir. So drama is, very few people are gifted with that. You are one of them who has shown drama, just 2-3 characters that stand out and they are enough to take the movie forward. And I have tried that with this movie. Of course, I have more characters other than Prithvi sir and Prabhas sir to do that. Just sticking to a story and not deviating from it to show unnecessary elevations and or to have a set song come in somewhere, and to try something like that is very new for me. And I thought I'm not capable of doing something like that, though I told Prabhas sir from day one when I narrated this story to him that I want to try pure drama. And for some reason I did not show that I have pure drama with the trailer. I probably failed to show that aspect of it. It probably just looked like a bunch of villains and there is this one big hero who is going to do that. So this time I'm nervous because I like the movie. And this is not an advertisement of the movie. I might be wrong, but I like the story that I've told Prabhas sir, to Prithvi sir, to all the actors. When I told them that this is the story, and that is exactly what has come out. And I'm nervous because of that.
Drama always works, and it works especially with Prabhas. We always talk about it. His face itself is like, you will see, he doesn't need to do anything. He just stands there, and immediately you feel that emotion pouring out of him.
We should tell this to producer. I don't need to do anything.
Now, emotion not pouring out of him. I think the emotion comes out of the audience. I always feel that when he just stands there, whether it's angry, whether the character he's playing is angry or doing whatever, people feel for him.
Yeah.
He has that. He's blessed with that face, and combined with your dramatic story, I think that it's going to work extremely well.
So definitely I have Bahubali 3 then. So, but I feel Prashanth sir did extraordinary drama with especially me and Prithvi sir. The whole story is between us, and there's a beautiful drama between me and Mother and Shruti Hasan. So I think he's very good in drama. Even KGF we see, but this is the whole film is based on the drama. He wanted to do a drama. I think he got inspired from you also, because he used to talk about you, how Rajamouli is very good with his drama, and yeah.
Now we might have a KGF, like you said, KGF and KGF 1 and 2. The elevation scenes are what people talk about, but we know what holds the film together is the drama between the mother and son, and how that relationship helped shape his character and what he is like. I think the film held together because of that. Elevations are, like I always say, that are cherries on top of the cake, but the cake itself is the drama, and KGF had a lot of that, and if you felt that was not enough, this is more, then I can expect imagine what kind of a cake that we are that you are going to serve the audience.
And when we thought we'll do, I called Rajamouli. Always I call him like, Prashanth is wants to do a film. I was like, don't even think, just do it.
Thank you for that.
Prithvi, as an actor and as a director, you have done movies which are like absolutely dramatic. So when Prashant talks so much about the drama in Salaar, how do you see that? Is it true that the film has a lot of drama,
First
or
narration,
you think he's thinking that's a lot of drama?
Good question.
I keep comparing Salaar, I've told Prashant also this, to Game of Thrones. Because the drama is like that. There are so many characters and plot points and so many intricate character dynamics. I don't know how he's going to fit the story in 2 parts, by the way. It's a tough thing to do. I remember the first time we met for the look test in Hyderabad. I was actually shooting one of my directorials in Hyderabad at that time. So after shoot, late night, 9:30, 10, I went to his office and I tried on my outfit and the look, and we took a couple of stills. And that's the first time he gave me an in-person narration of what was then the final draft. With Prashant, there is never a final draft. I think given a chance, he'll write a scene now and shoot. By the way. So he gave me the narration of what was the final draft then. And he went downstairs to set up the photo shoot, and I was having my dinner. So I suddenly realized on the wall there was a huge board. Do you remember this? On the wall there was a huge board, and he had written down each character of Khan Sir, the history of Khan Sir, how the political so-called consulate of Khan Sir is set up, what is the relationship between each tribe in Khan Sir. And it's like this huge board filled with diagrams and names and arrows and connections. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, oh my God, like to make this much of a story, how much has this man thought from the history of Khan Sir? It is out and out drama. And the greatest thing is, the natural dramatic progression of the plot has so much space for action and goosebumps and hero elevation, and I can guarantee that there will be no Prabhas fan walking out of the theatre unhappy. That much I'll tell you.
I absolutely loved the dinosaur dinosaur elevations. How do you come up with it without even talking about it? There is, I mean, you never mentioned the character never mentions the word dinosaur. No, it's just that way you build up, and people are going crazy with Prabhas, dinosaur, Salaar, dinosaur, and all that. How do you come up with that kind of elevation scenes? Is like
Without saying the word.
Yeah, without saying the word.
That's
And
the specialty of Prashant, I think.
and I loved the way Tinu Anand sir said that. In that part, there is the way he says it,
Tinu
like,
sir said.
absolutely kick-ass. I think audience are like, I don't know how many elevation scenes you are giving in the movie.
Many.
There's a lot.
For me, I'm going to go for that one. That one is enough for people to rush to the theaters. Thank you. What is the worst thing about working with Prabhas?
Good. Please, sir,
You
say, sir.
cannot diet. So one day my family came to visit me, and I have a daughter. She's 9 years old. So he asked my daughter, what do you like to eat? So she's a little girl, no? She's, I think, rattled off some 20 different things. You won't believe that day, I'm not exaggerating, this is actual truth. I had to take one more room that night to keep the food. and I'm like, next day morning I asked him, sir, did you think that I have brought my like uncles, aunties? Like, there were 3 of us, myself, my wife, and my daughter. And I had photos in the other phone. It is unbelievable. It's impossible to diet with Prabhas sir around. And the thing is, he doesn't eat also. He doesn't eat. He'll have that one small bowl. He'll have some rice and some dal or something. I don't know, something like that. And he will keep feeding you. He'll keep feeding you. It's impossible to diet. That's
And
a
look
tough.
how you're looking, sir. So fit. Shruti says, like, your skin is like 20 years old.
Sir.
She never said anything to me.
And with Prabhas around, you should be very careful. You should not say stuff like, oh, I like this or I like that. Correct? Because evening you go to your room, whatever you said will be in your room, packed and ready. Like one day I was saying, so I like cars, I like driving. So I said, I was shooting around the country. I just mentioned, it's been a long while since I went home and drove my cars. And he's like, leave my Lamborghini here, you keep it for a few days. I'm like, are you mad over here? So he's like that dangerous person, sir.
Prashanth.
When I tell him a scene, he loves it and he does not scrutinize it. He did not, and I go back confused because I first bounce it off with him that this is my scene. And he says something in Telugu which I can't say. Then I go back and I start wondering if I have to get a second opinion or something, because most of it, like 99% of everything that I've told him, he questions the drama. He's fantastic with drama.
Yes.
That's something that I understood very quickly, because when I gave him the entire narration, he did not ask me about that scene or this scene in particular. He mentioned something which changed the texture of the movie. He said the first scene and the last scene, that is Salaar part 2, the last scene, he said has to be exactly the same. And when he told me that, I was not prepared for him to tell me something like that. I thought he'd say, give me, okay, what is the dialogues in this? Or where does the fight come? Or let us do it like this. Nothing. He'd never said anything like that. And that is very tough for me to come out of, because I have been used to being scrutinized, because I was a nobody in KGF1. I was scrutinized there, and it was good scrutinizing. I'm not saying it was bad, but over here it is like, when the hero says it is fantastic, then it is like, whatever I've written, I go back and I start thinking if this is enough or not. So that is the worst part about him, that he trusts me too much.
So part 2, I won't say that. I'll say, sir, I think you can make it better.
I made a statement about Prabhas. Again, in Telugu, I can't say that in exact, but it loosely translates into Prabhas is a person who looks like an idiot but is absolutely shrewd.
Very close. Yeah.
No, I don't.
Because he'll make you feel like, oh no, sir, what, sir?
He feels like, he doesn't know anything.
Exactly.
He's like, you can easily fool him, or like, you feel
Nobody
him,
can
but he's absolutely shrewd.
And I don't know if you remember this, when we were shooting the Masra fight, I told you the exact same thing Rajamouli sir said in the beginning, that you are very blessed because I don't know if you remember this.
Yeah, I remember.
I told him you are very blessed because you just have to stand there, you know. Like rest of us are all trying to perform, trying to act. You just have to stand there, and he's got this really nice face with the line, the side of the forehead and everything. And it's like, you just have to stand there and it's okay, then nothing, you do nothing else. I told the same thing to him actually. Yeah.
Really, I have a very good screen presence. I'm very lucky. And I used to ask him, because he's not only actor. I think in the country we have only one Prithviraj who has like given the biggest blockbuster and a superstar. And he's very good in many things. For Hindi, which I tried, Saho and Radhesham, it was very hard for me. Telugu first time, because we watch Hindi films.
Yeah.
Tamil, I know I was born there, but still it was very hard for me. He comes, last minute Prashanth changes something and he's like, what's the last minute you change? He's never angry. I never saw an actor like that. It's always cool, first day to last day. I fell in love with him actually. Actually, sir, I fell in love with you more than Shruti, 100%. That's for sure. Whatever people think, I don't know. Even little irritation on your face, never. The last one, it's very hard. Telugu, he never did. Telugu is very hard.
One thing I requested Prashanth sir. One thing I said,
Just give
I will
dialogue.
only act. So Prashanth was okay with Tinu sir saying his lines in Hindi and the Tamil gentleman saying his lines in Tamil. So I told Prashanth, there is no way I'm going to say my lines in Malayalam. I will learn Telugu and I will say my lines in Telugu. But I have one request. Give me the lines at least 24 hours in advance so that I can learn.
24 seconds before, I think.
No, he'll give me every day 24 hours in advance. Him and Sandeep, is he here? Okay, him and the dialogue writer 24 hours before they'll give me, sir, and some like big lines they'll give, and I'll at the night and all I'm like walking on the treadmill and all. I'm learning my lines. Next day I'll come. They'll be like. Prashanth will be, okay, ready. Roll camera. Wait. He'll run and come and say, sir, that line, you change and say this, sir. I say,
What? And it's like, you're torturing him. I used to talk with Sandeep, everybody. We can't say like Prashanth is like seriously into the shot. Sandeep, you're torturing him. For him, it's like Telugu is like
Yeah,
really a foreign
completely alien
language for him
language, yeah.
because he doesn't watch. Maybe he watched 1-2 Telugu films. I think he watched only Bahubali or something.
Bahubali 1, 2, I watched.
Telugu.
Telugu,
Or
yeah.
maybe 4 films in your life.
Maximum, sir.
So like it's very hard to do that. Like don't do that. And for this sir, in 1 minute, I don't know how he does it. It's like almost 90% Telugu. In dubbing you see, it's so good. I asked him like, sir, how many talents you have? You direct, you're a superstar, you know languages, you're very good in English, you are super educated. How many you do, sir, in a day?
I only know act to act, sir. I'm basically an actor, accidental director, that's all. But
Sir, accidental director, no. Sir, Lucifer, we all saw, sir. Sir.
When Prithvi sir joined us, we had given him the dialogues, and I did not know what kind of a person he was. He comes on the set and he keeps to himself. Maybe it seems like arrogance or whatever. And he was looking at his phone and he was sitting down in one place. I did not know whether I had to disturb him. I finally realized that he was looking at his dialogues. He was sitting quietly by himself, putting the earphones, and he was learning his dialogues. That is why he was sticking far away from the rest of us.
then I realized it's a futile exercise. Because anyway, just between takes and all, he'll change lines. So then, so future actors who get the privilege of working with Prashanth Neel, don't learn your lines.
When you wanted to direct a movie with Prabhas, I don't know whether you already had the script or once you thought of Prabhas, then you started developing the theme. I don't know which happened first, but what aspect of Prabhas did you want to exploit on the screen, or did you want to direct him as a director?
So I know every actor is brilliant, when he comes on screen and everything. That I'm not taking away from anybody.
Of course, each one has their own.
But the one particular thing, and I told him earlier also, was the way he can show innocence and then he can burst out to be a monster is something that I haven't seen with everybody. And that is probably what we have exploited in the movie also.
Yeah.
Of him looking like a sheep one moment and him turning into a lion the next.
That is Deva, actually. that is the character.
Yeah.
Kallu pattukuntadu, tala naruktaadu.
Yeah.
So that is something that we, I mean, he is every bit of Deva, the character. He's not he does not like conflicts, but when it comes to his doorstep, he is not going to let it go. So that the innocence is something that I had always seen. You loved it from Varsham, and it was best exploited again in Bahubali. Mirchi was more of being arrogant from the beginning, but Bahubali is something that you would fall in love with a character like that. It wasn't unnecessary for him to be violent, and that is also something that we are doing with Salaar. And that was the first thing that I told him also at that point of time, that I love the innocence, because everything else that comes after that is what we can show in the movie, and that will be the most beautiful part of just before we have an outburst. That moment that he holds himself back is probably going to be the best part of the movie.
So how violent an innocent man can be, that is,
Yes, correct,
that is your take of Prabhas in Salaar.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fans would be like, will be going crazy hearing that line. I'm telling you, this is much bigger elevation for them. This is what they want to hear, and this is what they want to see.
The scene where Deva finally flips, because through the film Varada manages to hold him back. At one point, even Varada can't. He loses the control. The scene where Deva finally flips, I think the synopsis of that scene is what Prashanth just said, right? But that is a whole, like, the entire film builds up to that point. Until then, you don't know why are people talking about him? What is the big thing? And then there's a flip that happens, and that scene, I think you should just see in the theater.
Now you are getting me more excited. So some of the questions that the fans really want to know from the horse's mouth, from you, like, is there a connection between KGF and Salaar?
No, sir.
Absolutely
not.
Absolutely
These are
not.
two different worlds. It was very convenient for us to have taken that route, but I have a responsibility. I've come to a very big star, And firstly, I'm not capable of making these connections. I'm not capable of that at all. It's the respect that I have to give to the star that I'm working in the movie, that, you know, I am making a new world. For people, the way they took back Rocky with them back home, I want them to take back a Deva. I want them to take back a Vardharaj with them. You know, it was the most convenient thing for us to do, and it had come up with in discussion a long time back. But personally, for me, I did not want to do that. It's not right for us to just encash on that bandwagon of making these connections and bringing people back to the theatre. That would have been the easiest thing.
But do you like that? Do you like that, creating worlds which connect in a larger universe? Do you like that?
I like to see it when it comes out right. You know, like the Avengers series.
Yeah.
It came out right. And if somebody is doing it, like Lokesh is doing it in the Tamil film industry, it came out right. But I'm not capable of doing something like that, because there are different timelines. KGF happens in the 80s and this happens in today's period.
Okay.
So I'm not capable of doing that. I don't connect with that. But I love to see that connections like that happen, because it turns into an euphoria when you see two characters coming together from different movies.
Yeah. So, what is your obsession with black?
I have a OCD. I have an OCD, and with
OCD.
with monochrome.
Yeah.
And that is somehow reflecting in my movies, which I realized only after I put out the Salaar trailer and teaser. I realized that very strongly. It's nothing to do with my DOP. It's nothing to do with my art director. It's just something that I realized. I have an OCD that I feel that when I put out my content, it has to be with that color, because I don't feel like I'm telling that this is from a world which is as gritty as it is. I'm not brave enough probably to do that, and probably I've realized that, you know, that is not the best thing to do. But this world deserves it. This world deserves it. It's a coincidence that it is being compared to the previous world that we created. But it has nothing to do with that. It's just my OCD which is reflecting in on screen.
Other OCD.
Yeah, I heard something leak out. I want to talk about those OCDs.
His obsession with black. So I mostly wear black in the film, and Prabhas sir also wears like olive greens and all that. So I'll put on this black kurta kind of a thing, and I'll walk onto set, and Prashanth will be like, "Sir," I'm like, "Want me to change?" "Yeah, sir, this is not working." And they'll call the costume department and brief them for 20 minutes, and they'll bring another one, which is exactly the same black. And I'll put that on.
And
And
I'm
he'll be
waiting.
like,
And
sir, I'm really sorry, sir. I'm really sorry. I said, "You want me to change?" "That's okay, I can change again." And he said, "Hey, what's this? He'll go and fire the costume department. Those poor guys will run for their life and bring a third kurta, exactly the same color.
and I asked him like, sir,
No, different shade of black.
No, sir.
Different shade of black.
no, I asked Shruti sir, sir, they said you change, sir, and yeah, sir, I don't find any difference. And we both are like, yeah, even I don't, sir, but director wants, let's do it.
His other obsession is hairstyling.
Amma, please don't talk about it. I don't want to, please.
Hairstyling.
Salaar is stories.
Salaar more than, sir,
screenplay,
first
dialogue,
hairstyle.
direction, hairstyling.
Sir,
Prashanth
first
Neel.
hairstyle, sir. First hairstyle, then direction, then.
He will style every actor's hair. Like, he's so particular. Like, he'll come and he'll like, "Sir, this one, sir, one strand, sir, here." And he's so.
I did that with Tinu Anand also.
And Tinu Anand sir is asking me, "Arey, kya kar rahe? I have 7 hair on my head."
He seriously did that. Suddenly,
that
in
is
the
not
shot,
my
it's like,
problem, sir.
one minute, wait,
Bhuvan-
that
Bhuvan-
is the biggest.
Uses the backlight more than he uses the front light. So it's always, you know, if something is popping out, I can't.
No, it's a problem. It's a serious problem. I understood when I saw like this, nothing, not necessary. Suddenly in the shot, like, one minute, wait. Whole set is like 50 people are there. Wait. He went behind the mother, my mother's character, mother. And he pulled her hair and came. And I was like, what? Who pulls the hair like that from behind? She's like, maybe she got used to it by KGF 2 and now. And she didn't say a word. Who pulls the hair like this? And I'm like, what is this, man? Then I told Sudhi, sir, he has an obsession. Be careful. Huh?
Yeah, that actually
I
first
told him.
Prabhas only told me, because or else I would have been worried, because it was and it's not, he'll be sitting like, the sets are very, very big. If you've seen the sets, it's like massive. So sometimes we have these really super wide shots and he'll be sitting half a kilometer away. He'll come running. It'll be a drone shot and he'll come.
I understand that having the hair, but because in my emotional scenes, I want the hair to fly in a certain way. So, so I understand
there's the
that.
biggest propeller in the set. The whole hair is behind us. So it's not here. The hair is behind. Like if Sudhi sir is behind me, my hair is behind him. His hair is behind.
Like just behind you, that scene in jail with Prabhas sir and me. You think that hair is falling over the forehead accidentally? No. It is
Every string, every hair. Many times he stopped for one hair, sir.
yeah, he will do that.
Prabhas has lots and lots of fans and kids. So your film Salaar getting an certification. So how do you feel about it?
The intention was never to make a movie as so violent that it is going to get an A certification. I have seen Telugu cinema last 25, 30 years. I've seen it. Sometimes I thought my action is pale in comparison to the action that is something that I've seen. But they drew out a new guidelines recently, and the censor officer also told me that this is what it is, and the cuts that they were asking for, if they were
if they have to come to U by A or
yeah, they had asked for a lot of cuts. I was okay to do all of those cuts, but there were a couple of cuts which I did not want to remove, because it was not going to satisfy the story of the movie, the drama of the movie. And I was very disappointed. I almost sat very quietly in front of her for almost 15-20 minutes, because I know that I have not made a vulgar movie or a movie which is insensible with violence. It is all necessary violence that I have put into Salaar, more than I have put into KGF. I thought this movie requires it, because this movie is about friendship, it is about sacrifice, it is about one character who does not involve himself with anything that is happening with the world. He doesn't seem very interested. But when the world pulls him to do something like that, and we have created situations like that, it was a disappointment for me to begin with. I called up Prabhas sir also and I told him, and his response was very quick. He said, "Teeskunendi." He said, "Take it," because I think this movie is something that deserves that, and probably the guidelines are right. Probably I will think about taking my children to something like that, but the intention is not that.
To make a violent movie, it is about to make a dramatic film in a violent world.
Yes.
That's it. Not to exploit the violence or not to.
Not at all. Not just for the commerciality of violence.
What was your thought, Prabhas? Like A certification. That's it. The main thing is like the
Yeah,
kids,
whatever. They have their own guidelines and all, but the story. It's a violent world. That's what the first caption is like. The most violent world.
Most violent men called one man.
Most violent. So the whole story is based on a Kansar city, which is a violent city. Now we can't change that for certificate, whatever certificate they give. The story should be right. So I thought it's fine.
It's not designed for the violence. It's designed for the emotion and the drama. I never put in one shot also just because I wanted to make rebel star Prabhas look like the rebel star Prabhas of the old, where they'd seen him with blood on his face, and the best was, with Chhatrapati, of course. It was never designed for something like that.
So one of the complaints that I have about the movie is like 2 songs that I watch on my phone or on my TV again and again, 2 songs of Shruti Hassan from Race Gurram, Padi song, and Charusila. I just love her dancing. Those are the 2 songs that I watch again and again and again. And just outside in the corridor, you were saying that we are not going to have any any duets, like duets. You disappointed me.
I'm very sorry for that, sir.
So, but I mean, jokes apart, like people will be expecting something when Prabhas and Shruti are there. They will be expecting whether it's a romantic duet or a dance duet, dance number,
We
or
haven't
whatever, some kind of
what is it?
chemistry song that is happening between them. So,
We initially thought of putting something like that, but
Mass number, right?
a mass number and something a duet with this. But we were sucked into the drama so much that we never used Shruti for a glamour quotient in the movie.
okay.
She's part of the story and a very strong character in the story. And I think the world has sort of changed the last few years. People are more exposed to international content, and they are accepting just pure drama if
Yes.
the drama is done right. And we decided to go against something like that. Though, you know, we put in a lot of money into this and commerciality is very important. We thought, let's make the drama itself the commercial aspect of this movie. And drama has always worked. We have seen the biggest movie in India has worked because of the drama.
yes, of course.
Beyond
drama.
everything else.
I mean, see, like you said, you were saying that the world has changed, but I would rather put it in a better perspective. I think we have changed. The world has always been accepting films for what they are. They didn't need to have extra questions. We were not brave enough or confident enough of our own products, so that we were adding additional things. Throughout history, if we look, we will find films which came out just on pure drama and did exceptionally well. So we didn't have the confidence to go forward. You had now.
Yeah, and we should have also appreciate producers, Humbali. It's like really, they never say a word. Vijay sir, he never like, Prashanth, you want this? Okay. Timeline? Okay. Day? Okay. Whatever. Like for actors, or like he's super comfortable producer.
Like
very sweet.
Yeah, and I think it is because basically he's a big film lover, and he loves cinema.
I think because of that only Humbali got like KGF 1, KGF 2,
Kantara.
like 3 blockbusters in a row, and all national films.
Of course, this is the biggest, most anticipated movie coming from Prabhas, and you directing the movie after KGF 1 and KGF 2, and having a stellar cast like Prithvi and all the people in the movie. I'm sure you are aware of the expectation from the people, about what kind of expectation they have on the movie from the day of the announcement. Like, how often does that hit you? Does that hit you? Like there are like literally millions of people out there eagerly waiting, not just for the movie, any update of the movie, any glimpse of the movie, any news of the movie, any trailer, any teaser, whatever comes. Like, are you aware of that anticipation?
Yes, sir.
And does it hit you?
It did hit me. That is why I got myself out of the social media. My wife had, with a lot of love, created these hundreds and thousands of followers for me, but I deleted that because I did not want anything to affect my my way of thinking about cinema. Of course, those pressures are there, and that comes from love.
Yes, of course, it comes out of love.
But I come from a simple way of thinking. I don't want to be influenced by anybody. If somebody has to tell me, it has to come from Prabhas sir, or it has to come from the producer. The first time I put out a trailer or a teaser, till then I shouldn't be told what I'm doing is right or wrong, because I don't have an ego about it. It's just that I don't
zero ego.
I don't want to be influenced by something like that. So it did bother me for a long period of time, and this happened after KGF 2. People started appreciating and things like that, and it is to be human. If 1,000 people appreciate you,
Yeah,
and one person says your movie was bullshit, it hurts you more than the 1,000 people giving you appreciation.
Absolutely.
So I started realizing that, that shouldn't matter. It's reflecting in the box office.
Yeah.
If it, as long as that happens, that means love is coming automatically.
Yeah. Darling, how do you deal with the pressure of the expectation?
Me?
I know what happens on the day of the release. I'm not talking about the day of the release.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
talking about in general. In general,
Yeah, it's
you are much more connected to the fans and the general
Yeah,
audience
yeah.
and all that stuff. You know what the expectation
Yeah.
is.
So after Bahubali, it was like really tough, definitely. I didn't know what to do. It's like suddenly from Telugu film industry to India,
Yeah.
Japan.
Not India, I mean,
Suddenly-
it's like a world
Yeah,
phenomenon.
I went to Italy and at least abroad is like very comfortable for us. Like no one
Yeah,
cares.
but
like
not
I
for
was,
you.
Yeah, for us, like a lot of other countries. Italy, I was standing outside Dolce Gabbana, some clothing. Suddenly a dwarf comes. He can't even speak English. He's like, Prabhas. He didn't say Bahubali. He said Prabhas.
Wow.
I was like, Rajamouli. I can't live in here. So India anyway, I can't move.
Yeah.
Go. So like I thought, and it was so exciting. He can't even speak English, and he said Prabhas. He didn't say Bahubali. Then I like how I'm trying to he couldn't understand English. So I called my driver and asked him like, what is he trying to say? Please talk in Italy. And he said, I saw Bahubali. He removed his phone and shot. I thought like Rajamouli. One film, that's it.
I mean, like some films become that. Some films become way more than a film. No, I mean, it's like
Yeah.
it's like now Bahubali is like a cultural phenomenon. Like it's become way bigger than a piece of cinema. It means a lot more than just a film, especially to people inside the industry. So I understand that.
This is not just my question, everybody's question this will be. You started making Bahubali, thinking about it as just one part first.
Yes, initially yes. I started as one film, and we started writing. We basically wanted to do one movie. So we started writing, it expanded, and we thought, okay, it will be like maybe 3.5 hour movie, 3 hour 15-20 minutes movie, but everything was into one. And slowly we could see that it is not going to be over in 3.5 hours. It will be like 4.5 hours or 5 hours if we just put all the pieces together. Then came the idea, probably if we can split it into two parts. And that was a crazy idea that no one had that kind of idea before. Now everyone, the part 2 is like almost any big film people are asking whether there is a part 2.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
at that point of time, it was like a crazy thought.
Crazy thought, yeah.
So I asked the producers, and also because the budget is really going high, the only way I can do the movie is like doing it to 2 parts, and your budgets will be like double the budgets that you are going to put in. And Prabhas was like, he was super excited, but he was saying, let's leave it to the producers because they have to take a call. It's a crazy idea.
Yeah.
So crazy ideas, we can't take the call.
Yeah.
The guy who's putting in the money should take the call.
So after
So
that,
they said yes, and we went ahead.
When you split it into 2 parts, you had 5 very impressionable characters, 5 or 6.
Yes.
And you did not introduce another character in your part 2. And that's a very, very scary scenario for, I mean, in the sense that you're not changing the world, you're not changing anything. You have the same drama that you established over here, and you went ahead with part 2. And the number of scenes that you really will stand, I mean, they were all brilliant scenes. The interval block of Bahubali 2 is probably one of my favorite scenes, without a fight.
Yeah.
Without a fight. And immediately after that, you have the scene where he chops off the head. That doesn't have a fight. And to do something like that with bare minimum characters and not to change too many things is probably, was that running in the back of your mind that you probably might fall short of it, or you thought somewhere that this is my story and that is how you stuck to it?
For us, when we started writing Bahubali, obviously everything was not there, but we had the characters, beginning, ending, the transformation of the characters from the beginning, and we had all those threads, and we were like super excited about it. We never had any kind of doubt whether like whether this is good, this is bad, this is right. This we knew everything was good. The only doubts was like whether we can get the money back, the amount of money that we are putting in the regular Telugu, just in the Telugu states, it is impossible to get it back.
Yeah, impossible.
So how to get it?
Yeah.
So can we crack Hindi? Can we crack Tamil? Can we crack Malayalam? Kannada we didn't dub at that time. So those were the only doubts. We never had any kind of doubts. I think I wrote another at least 20-25 scenes that didn't make into the final cut because of the
Where are they,
lines.
sir?
Yeah, exactly.
And all of them were like extremely good. He loves.
Yeah.
No, why Kattappa killed Bahubali was going to be as big as that, sir?
No, that was an afterthought. Afterthought in the
No,
sense.
he's asking, he knew already that it's going to be so big.
Did you think
That was a
did you know?
national question. You know?
No. I mean,
You know
we
that's a
didn't think
bank.
that would be a question that would be like so popular. And we didn't know that. Obviously, we knew that it's going to be a shocking, beautiful, shocking movement. I didn't expect that to be. For us, we didn't coin the word.
Yeah.
Why Kattappa killed Bahubali? We didn't coin the word. We saw that on the social
became,
media, and we thought, oh, this is beautiful. Let's use it, and we started use that as a publicity for the part. When did you decide that Salaar will be 2 parts? How did you decide it will be 2 parts?
Same.
Okay.
we
same
started writing it as
As a one part
as a
movie.
single movie.
Okay.
I consciously wanted to make it a very, very strong drama. So when Prithvi sir came into the sets and we saw how much of a difference he's making, we added more scenes to it any which ways.
Yeah.
And
They came, we like,
yeah, like the scene where you get where he's drunk and he's voicing out was not supposed to be a big scene. It was supposed to be a very small scene. But when we saw what he did, I knew that this is going to be a proper drama. And the ending to part 2 changed completely.
Okay.
If I say that,
I love how part 2 ends. It is like really.
mad.
so I mean, the confidence comes from somebody has to take that one step into the darkness, and you did that with Bahubali. Keeping a minimal number of characters, you still can convince the audience to come back and watch it again because you leave that much of drama behind. And it's not a big secret. I've said it somewhere else also that the Salaar is about 2 best friends who are ready to sacrifice their own lives for one another, and they turn out to be the biggest enemies. So I can't tell this in one part. I realized very soon that the drama is so much that I can't tell this in one part. And it's not about the number of villains that they're going to encounter or anything like that. They are the 2 biggest villains for one another. But they happen to be the best friends. So that story needs to be told in probably 6 hours.
After the aftermath of KGF 2 destruction of box office, like every hero wanted to work with Prashanth.
Yeah.
Everyone, without exception.
Yeah.
So what kind of ego boost was it for you that he chose you?
I did not choose him.
No, the question is
He
right.
does not have that thing only. I don't think he has an ego.
I don't
No,
have ego.
that's
Prashant doesn't have zero.
No, that's impossible. Like, I mean, I know he doesn't have that kind of ego. I should be like bigger or
Nothing.
nothing. He's like the most down to earth person in that aspect. I'm saying like as an actor, as an actor, like
the question
you
is
have the
right.
most hotshot
Yeah.
director out there,
Yeah.
and so many actors along with him, his seniors, his juniors, his equalents. Everyone wants to work with him.
Yes.
And
Prashant was a hot property. Like
hot
every
property.
actor, every fan.
don't tell
want
me
their
that it
hero
doesn't
with
give you
Prashant.
any kind of ego boost.
Hot chick. He's saying hot chick. Hot chick. Definitely, because my fans were like, KGF, Manod Chelsindra. And some big politicians also, I don't take names, and they were like, Bahubali Tarat KGF. And wherever I go, they're talking about KGF more than Bahubali. And I'm like, what? I didn't watch the film then. With fans, people around who work at home, and everybody like, KGF director, KGF director. Like, what did this fellow do? I watched the film, definitely it's extraordinary, and new film, whatever. Then suddenly, some like Prashanth wants to meet you. And the problem with our industry, like maybe in every industry, the producer says like, director wants to meet you. And here they say like, the hero wants to meet the director. Like this, especially this hot property directors. You know, maybe you also know. So I don't know that now that it's a producer's trick or really Prashanth wants to meet. Then I asked the producer like, really Prashanth wants to meet or you're forcing him to meet? Because if they'll is like Bahubali hero is calling, for me it is like KGF director is calling. Both don't want to say no. But we don't know it's the producer's call or our call. So I asked the producer like, is it Prashanth really? I was like, yeah. Then okay, Prashanth wants to meet. So we know it's just a general discussion. Normal
This was not Hombale, sir.
It's not Hombale.
I see. Oh, okay.
It's not Hombale.
I was thinking, that's
So that's the other thing. So we met and we were just talking normally. So what films you like? What films you like? It's like a general talk. I was not asking him like when you're going to do a film. He's not going to tell. He's not telling me like we should do a film. Nothing. We didn't have that discussion. We just because he's a shy guy, and definitely I never asked anyone. Same. So he also for him it's very important. He should like the actor because for him everything is actors. Everything. Actors are gods. Literally. It's like if you work with Prashanth film, it's very hard to work. He takes care of actors like, oh, hero came, stop everything. No, only hero. Like, sir, it's okay. Half our life we stayed in the caravan. It's okay. We can wait. No, you came. Sir, hero came. So it's like very special for him. So I think for him, his nature, his soft nature, I think he should like the actor also. So definitely would have, I asked him, sir, I would have never asked him. He would have never asked him. Because that we should lucky that producer helped us. We liked each other. So Prashanth thought like Bahubali actor. So he told, I asked him later, like, why sir? I know later we would have never met. I mean, we would have said, hi, I loved KGF, I loved Bahubali, that's all. I know him. So I told him like, what sir, what you thought? Like, we thought Bahubali actor is like, very serious, all egoistic. It is loose attitude with those loose dress, t-shirts and cap which you were, walks like that. We thought like super attitude. I said, oh. Yeah, he showed me all that. And I was lucky that producer actually. So we both liked each other. Then suddenly one day Pramod got a call. Just now Adipurush and Project K. Two big films. And I thought, okay, this year is done, next year I am planning. Now suddenly Humbali. And they said, Prashanth wants to direct. Like Pramod and me were like, suddenly what? After that we never called. The producer used to say like, I say happy birthday to Prashanth. I never do that. Why will I do? I won't do. I thought like there are 100 heroes behind him or 100 products. So I thought, why should I come in between and disturb him? If he likes, he'll come. Suddenly one night, 12 o'clock. If we say yes, they both will get angry. No, say no, Prashanth, we can never work because he has 100 lineups something. So Pramod and we thought, and they're like, how many days they want? They are also very smart. They said only 45 days. It's a producer's game.
45 days and talk here in the...
Yeah, and maybe you don't know. The producer said 45 days. And Pramod and me like 45 days. Prashanth Neel. Last two films, 6 years or 5 years he did. 45 days. But it's good for, we can tell other directors, only 45 days. Maybe 65 for us. For lying, it's better. No, Nagashwin and all will get angry, but okay. So Pramod and we thought like 45, okay, 45, 80. I'll tell Nagi like, in between I'll do something and I'll manage. Because if I say no, we thought the whole day, we thought how to say no for one day, and next day we thought, maybe all the big films will take time. As usual, Nagashwin took 3 years. Anyway, it took comfortably. I finished both the films. So I was worried next day, like, if fans know that I said no to Prashanth Neel, whatever reason, they will kill me, definitely. Definitely.
They
So
don't
I
care
thought,
for the
me and
reasons.
Pramod thought like, whatever, we'll try and push it in. I'll work hard or whatever. It's very comfortable actually. But we shot only for 190 days, something like that.
No, 190
Mine.
days, kaad, sir.
Mine, only mine.
112 days yours.
Mine.
Yeah.
So you answered me how the project happened between,
Yeah.
how Salaar happened. Very interesting, very nice, funny thing. My question is like, my question is,
Sorry, I always do this, okay?
yeah, my question is, what kind of ego boost did you have when the most hotshot director chose you?
Yeah, but more than ego boost, I think, yeah, definitely I felt lucky. I thought like some fellow, that man gave me Bahubali. That's why I'm getting all this. No, I really got ego.
I told you shrewd, no? I told you shrewd. No, and, you didn't know Prashanth before Salaar, right? Or did you know him or personally?
Personally, no. I did not. I did not actually.
yes,
In fact, it was during a meeting between myself and Hombale Films, where they were discussing the possibility of me directing a film for Hombale.
Okay.
That Vijay sir for the first time said Prashanth would like to pitch a character in Salaar.
So what was your first thought when he said that? What?
So to be very frank, sir, I was already getting prepared to say no because I'll tell you why, sir.
Thank
Because
God you
when there is a huge filmmaker, like, he could cast anybody in the country, right? Wanting to come to Malayalam industry and cast an actor, we are unfortunately programmed to think, okay, this is probably going to be some small character. You know, we are unfortunately programmed to think that way. So I am also thinking, Prashanth Neel film with Prabhas, what will I be doing in it? I mean, you know, it should be some small character. And I've not done. Before Salaar, I had stopped doing other language films for 10 years almost. The last other language film I did was in 2014. Tamil film called Kavithalaivan. Actually, that film I got the Tamil Nadu State Award, and then I decided this is a good time to stop. so then I didn't do another other language film after that. Then I did a small a cameo for Neeraj Pandey, my friend, in a film called Naam Shaban. Other than that, I haven't done. So I'm already prepared to say no. Because I'm thinking in some small character. Then I heard the narration. I frankly couldn't come to terms with. The first thing I asked him is, Prabhas sir is okay with. Prabhas sir is the one who told me to tell you the story. Because the film is very much about these two characters. You know, the story is between these two characters. And I'm going to sound very sad and desolate here. But unfortunately, in Malayalam industry, we don't dream of being able to have like a main character in an S.S. Rajamouli film or Prashanth Neel film because we come from a very small industry and we understand. Because when you make a film, you need actors that have reach all over the country, actors that belong to bigger industries. So we don't dream like this. So I have not even dreamt of being a central character in a Prashanth Neel film. So complete thanks to whatever it is that made Prashanth think, this guy in Malayalam, you know, he could be Varadaraja Mannar. So I should thank whoever or whatever made him think that way. I felt great about it. It took me about 10 seconds after the narration to say yes. And then the whole drama of me getting stuck in Jordan while shooting for another film, I was stuck in, and the lockdown happened. And the whole dates changed. And I remember one really sad meeting between Prashanth and me, like two lovers breaking up. Where I told him, Prashanth, I don't know if I'll be able to do Salaar because I have to go back to finish that film. Because I had gone through a big physical transformation for that film. I had lost 31 kilos. It's a story of a man who gets stuck in a desert, which is releasing in April. So I was like very thin and long beard and all that. And I told him, I can't do anything to this because I have to go finish that film. And then we broke up thinking, oh my God, I'm going to lose this wonderful opportunity. But thankfully something happened, things fell into place, and Prashanth's dates changed, my dates changed, and finally I was able to do this film. I am so thankful. I am a lot richer as an actor, as a filmmaker, as a film lover, because I got to live through the process of making Salaar. That much I know. Just because Prashanth has cast me in such a role, in such a big film. Now I'm assuming a lot of actors in Malayalam, like you, taught us to start dreaming about a lot of things. A lot of actors in Malayalam will now start dreaming. Okay, if Prithviraj can do this, maybe one day, a Prashanth Neel or an S.S. Rajamouli might cast someone from Malayalam for a main role in their film, because we don't dream that way. We don't think we'll be able to get there. So that way, I'm very lucky.
Sir, what you're talking, sir? You're superstar and Lucifer is such a big boss, and part 2, whole world is waiting. Don't talk with it.
They are making Malayalam industry small films.
Malayalam small, Telugu small, gone, sir.
Now it's no longer Malayalam or Tamil.
That is true. That is true.
There's nothing. Telugu was very small before Bahubali.
People are not
Sir,
bothering about the
Kalapani
language.
they did long before we all anyone thought. Kalapani, we saw it like which state is this? Which language is this? Kalapani was made 20 years back.
Yes.
Sir, this is the biggest industry, always the best technicians.
Is there something about the film that the audience haven't watched till now that you would tell me? Something that's not been revealed so far.
I think whatever, the trailer, whatever I wanted to communicate, the only thing that I didn't communicate was the drama. And to put that in the trailer, it would take me about 8 minutes. So I can't sell my movie with that trailer, but I think there is so much of drama between the characters, and everybody plays a very, very important role in it. And I don't know if I have been able to portray it with the trailer, but more than the scale and the design, the outlook of it being a big pan-India movie and everything else, the biggest scale I have in my movie is Prithvi sir. By far, in a Prabhas movie, the biggest scale that I have, the biggest emotion that I have, the biggest drama that I have, that will all come with Prithviraj Sukumaran.
What are you saying?
And
Thanks, sir.
we are very, very happy that he has been a part of this.
How do you design your guns? Whether it's the KGF cigarette smoking gun, or whether it is the big guarding guns on the Kansar gates that turning and pointing. So how do you design your guns?
Both were necessities, sir. Here it feels like I'm trying to evolve with the guns. It just feels like, okay, I've shown that gun, now I don't want to show something which is there, which is so small. I want a much bigger gun. But Kansar requires something like that.
Something to guard it.
Something to guard it, and there's a reason why we put up such big guns. Jagapati Babu Garu is playing a character called Rajamannar, and he says it. He says it in one particular point of the story as to why he needs something like that. Why a place like that needs such big walls and such big guns. So that becomes necessity of that. It just looks flashy right now that, I'm just trying to show off, trying to make bigger and bigger guns.
Especially the background scores you use for the scenes, how you break them, how you really go into silence and really blast the eardrums away. The way you use the music to elevate the scenes. How do you get that? How do you work around the music? I mean, as you are writing, does some kind of music play in your mind, or it is completely done after the shooting? How do you do it?
Music is something, I listen to a lot of OST when I'm writing. I just want to stay away from the world. So I just put on my earphones and I'm listening to the OST, and I think the scenes write themselves. Sometimes when you listen to great music, Hans Zimmerman is my favorite composer, and I think that I try to reflect that back over here, and try to get that kind of a tempo. Basically, I listen to the music for the tempo of that particular scene, and Ravi Basrur is an absolute asset for me in the sense that he's probably one of the few people in the world. I'm sure everybody will have their opinions on others. He works on a piece for 3 days, and after I listen to it, he deletes it immediately. And if I don't like it, he deletes it immediately and he throws it away. He says, "Let's work on another one." So that gives you so much of choice to choose the best music that
Yeah.
I can put there. And that's the reason it has worked for me always.
Is there something else that you didn't tell anyone? That there is something here. I'm not asking you to give the detail, obviously. You already look hassled, like, what is this guy going to ask me next? So, is there something else that I can look forward?
Ending of the movie, sir, is something that I'm, you usually leave cliffhangers for people to watch your next episode. So, for our next episode, we are leaving a small little cliffhanger
Okay.
for people to understand better why they should come back the next time or not come back the next time.
So, when I made Bahubali 1, when we decided that it is going to come into 2 parts,
Yes.
what we thought was they will release within a span of 2 months. That was the idea. 2 months, in a span of 2 months. We thought we will shoot both the 2
You're
parts
talking about
together.
Bahubali?
Bahubali.
Okay.
Yeah, we thought we will release in 2
Yeah,
months,
yeah.
and we said maybe 3 months.
Yeah.
No, 6 months is
6 months.
No,
Good
6 months
enough,
is a
comfortable.
good ideal thing. Then by the time we release, we said 1 year, and we took 2 years. Okay, okay.
So you
With,
tell
in
us.
that perspective,
Even we need
when
to know.
when I am watching Salaar Part
Even we
2,
need to know Mr. Prashanth Neel.
I have no idea, sir. I want one to do well. And then
of course, it's going to doing well is a very not at all the right word. It's going to be a blockbuster, breaking all the records.
Thank you so much, sir.
Definitely. Biggest dilemma right now, absolutely right now, is that all the big films, especially Prabhas films, all the family watches first day, first show, not even first day, first show, the early morning shows we go and watch with all my family. That's almost like a tradition. Now, the biggest dilemma that I have now is like, on the day of release, my wife is not there. She's in Bangalore. So, I am here. So, she's coming by the evening. So, that's the
need to wait.
biggest dilemma. So,
They
what should
can't-
I
the
do?
whole
Should I
family, they need to see
together?
first morning show.
Should I go to Bangalore and watch? But that won't be the early morning show. That won't be the whole family. And I can't wait until evening. So that's the biggest dilemma I am facing
Pooja
right now,
definitely
which I still don't have an
Karthik
answer
and
for
Pooja
that.
won't wait.
Yeah, they won't wait.
They will watch.
They won't wait.
No doubt.
They are backstabbers. They don't wait. They're ditchers. They don't wait. I think a lot of people will be happy if I don't watch, because they can get that ticket. There will be a mad rush at the box office.
thank you for doing this for us.
Thank you so much, sir.
My
Thank you for
pleasure.
doing this for us.
I don't need to say much. I taught him how to direct, so it's okay.